What's going on, guys? Austin Zaback here with another episode, and we're going to actually be talking about credit cards today. We're going to be talking about how to actually utilize all of your credit cards, how to maximize all of your points, and I'm actually going to share with you a couple of very crazy stories of somebody who actually has over 50 credit cards, how they were able to go to the Maldives for 14 days, stay in an overwater bungalow, travel first class, for just over $250,000 credit card points, which would traditionally cost like $30,000 or $40,000 in U.S. actual fiat currency, okay? So credit cards are extremely important. There's been many times in my life where I didn't understand how to use them. I used them the wrong way. I didn't have a great credit score. And if I could go back all over again and learn the information that I'm about to share with you right now, I would absolutely do it. So make sure you stay to the end of the video and let's go ahead and jump right into it. What's like that natural evolution for somebody on the, let's talk about the personal side.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so like the natural evolution of like, okay, Chase Freedom, what does it do? Like obviously it's a beginner card. And then what's like maybe the next couple of cards after that?
Okay. Another personal card that I absolutely love is the American Express Delta Gold card. I've noticed that the personal American Express co-branded cards give massive limits. So like the Amex Delta, Amex Hilton, Amex Marriott.
Interesting. I didn't even know that I knew that was a thing.
They slap hard.
No way.
And so I would recommend the Chase Freedom Unlimited as one of the first cards. You want to have at least a 690 score, ideally 720 plus. Okay. Chase Freedom Unlimited, American Express Delta Gold, those are great cards. Bank of America has one called the Cash Rewards. That gives good limits as well. And that B of A card and American Express card allow you to get the limits increased fairly easy. So if you spend on those cards for a few months, you can get those limits increased very easily.
You just got to give them a call, say, hey, I need a limit increase.
Exactly.
I think you have to give them an amount, right? You're like, I want to try for this amount, and they put it in their computer. It always comes back a little less.
Sometimes.
Okay.
It depends on your spending activity, but each bank has an internal rule of how much they can increase the limit to.
Okay.
And it varies bank per bank, but it's that's a strategy.
Okay.
So so Chase has a rule called the 524 rule. So basically, if you're at 5 recently opened revolving credit card accounts in the last 24 months, you cannot get another Chase card.
Interesting.
Unless you go through a relationship manager.
Even if some of those 5 weren't Chase?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So you want to make sure you go back to Chase. So get that first Freedom Unlimited. Go to American Express. Get 1 or 2 of those cards, and then you want to come back to Chase. The Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Reserve. Sapphire Preferred or Sapphire Reserve. Okay. The Reserve is my favorite travel card. I think it's the best travel card in the game. It has amazing benefits. Yeah. The minimum limit on that card is 10K. So that's why you got to work your way up. But you get 10 points per dollar spent on Lyft. You get 3x on travel and dining. You get global entry, pre-check. You get airport lounge access. There's amazing benefits that come with that card.
Yeah, I love that. That probably, I do like e-commerce. We'll talk about that in a little while. But I told my partner a long time ago, I'm like, hey, if I broke even on like the actual e-commerce store, but I got all the points from spending $150,000 a month on a credit card, on one card. I'm like, dude, it would be totally worth it,
Oh yeah.
It'd be like 2 million points a year.
It's unreal.
Like on having one
store. Don't even get me started on credit card points. Credit card points is the most amazing byproduct of credit cards. And people, use debit cards. They have no idea how to use credit card points. I mean, this card right here is for the Amex Business.
The gold?
Amex Business Gold is 4x on the top 2 categories. So you can do gas and dining, or advertising. Which 4x, that's huge. So you want to find the cards that are giving the best rewards and then using them strategically based on what you're spending on. Right. And then once you have points, you want to be able to transfer those points to transfer partners. And so instead of a point is worth 1 cent. Yep. So on a 1-to-1 ratio, if you have 1,000, if you have 1,000,000 points, if you have 100,000 points, that's about $1,000 on a 1-to-1 ratio. If you're able to transfer those points to different airline partners, like to the airlines directly, you can get up to a 12x multiple on your points.
Really?
Yeah.
So that $1,000 could be worth $12,000 hypothetically.
Yes.
Okay.
100%. Gotcha. And so you want to have a strategy on accumulating the points and then a strategy on redeeming the points through transfer partners. That's a whole complex strategy,
Okay.
but that's how you maximize it. And I have a good friend named Tommy. Travel Like Tommy is his Instagram handle, good friend of mine. And he specializes in planning bucket list trips for people with their credit card points.
No way.
I'm going to the Maldives. I'm actually going to Greece, Croatia, Italy, and the Maldives. And he helped me plan that Maldives section on points. And I used 280,000 points on the reservation instead of paying $14,000 cash.
Really?
So on a 1-to-1 ratio, 280,000 points is $2,800.
Right.
That's what you get if you use it on the Amex portal.
Sure.
But I transferred the points to Marriott and got this, what is that, 5X, 6X, whatever that is, multiple. Insane. And so
No way.
and so you can do that for airlines and get even a higher multiple, up to 12X, and get the first class business seats with the champagne and caviar. It's unreal.
And so he helped you do that on and that's a whole nother conversation I get. I'm going off topic a little bit, but I have a lot of freaking points on, like, let's just say like Chase Sapphire, for example. I probably have 1 million points just on my Sapphire, like now, you know. And that's not including I've got the Amex and all the other good stuff there. So that was the hotel you were talking about for 280,000 points.
Yeah.
This is insane.
In the Maldives.
Like,
it's gonna be absolutely insane.
We're gonna have a conversation. I need Tommy's phone number when we get out.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I love it. So basically, then it's a matter of getting the right credit cards at the right times, knowing and researching all this. Like, for somebody who's just starting out, should they just kind of just do it in stages? Like, hey, I'm gonna go get a credit card, build everything up, and then maybe wait 6 months or a year, then they upgrade to maybe the Chase, like you said. Do you have a preference between this preferred or the reserve?
I like the reserve because it has better benefits, but for someone that has slightly less good credit, you can get the preferred and then upgrade to the reserve the next year. Okay. The reserve also has a higher annual fee, but I think the credits and the benefits outweigh it for sure. But to answer your question, you don't want to have more than 2 recently opened revolving accounts in the last 6 months, or more than 4 in the last 12 months. You can push it to 3 and 5 in the last 6 and 12 months, but you want to be careful. And so if you're starting out, maybe just do 2 right off the bat, and then wait a variety of months, get another one, slowly get that. The first priority is just to, optimize your credit profile, get at least 1 credit account that's over $10,000, and then, get added as 2 authorized users so you can increase your average age. And then once you're, you have 4 primary accounts, you're in a good position for the business credit accounts. Something you should do simultaneously is opening up business checking accounts at some of the top banks. Chase, for sure. I would do personal banking at Chase also. They have the best cards, they have the best limits, the best rewards, the best everything.
Yeah, they're great.
I love Chase.
They are.
So bank there, personal bank, business banking at Chase. Also, open up a business checking account at Bank of America, at U.S. Bank, top grade A banks like that are relationship based.
Sure.
You don't need a bank account at every bank you're applying for business credit at, but those really help.
Are the good ones. Okay,
Yeah.
for sure. No, I agree with you. I think Chase is like by far my favorite. I've had an account with Wells Fargo. I probably have like 10 accounts with Wells Fargo. I've had them since 2004.
Yeah.
And I started like putting a lot of my stuff through Chase, just 'cause I'm like, they're just way better, So I love that. Okay, so, and I didn't even actually know that. So 2 revolving credit cards at any given time could be opened every 180 days.
Yeah.
Pretty much, or 4 every 12 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go over that, say, for example, you're at 4 personal credit accounts open in the last 6 months, and you try to apply for a 5th, whether that be a personal or a business card, there's a high chance you're going to get denied because there's so many recently opened credit accounts.
Yeah.
So the first goal is just optimizing your personal credit profile. You have to be patient. You have to be patient. You have to work on that. You cannot skip steps, or it could set you back for many months. After that, it's building, actually simultaneously building those banking relationships. And then once you have those relationships built and your credit profile optimized, then it's understanding what business credit card products you have available to you based on the state that you live in. And something in Credit Stacking, my coaching program, we built out a full database that lists every single 0% interest business card state by state, all 50 states. So like, to know that information as an entrepreneur, it makes it so much easier to just go down the list. There's notes on all the different banks on what exactly you have to do, data points on how to get approved for the maximum funding amount. And then it's understanding what, sequential order to fill the applications out. And some banks, you want to be doing those through relationship managers. So relationship managers facilitate applications, and instead of the computer algorithm giving an answer, the relationship manager will send the application to the underwriting team. Therefore, it's a human looking at your application. Takes a little bit longer, but that's how you get the $75,000 to $100,000 Chase business credit cards on one card.
Wow. Okay, I want to talk about that here in just a second. Before we jump over to the business and peel back that entire onion, what is your number one favorite personal credit card that's like the top of what you would say in your experience on the personal side?
Personal side, Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Really? Over the Amex?
Yeah. I mean, so the American Express definitely has good, and we're talking about the Amex Platinum.
Yep.
I have the business Platinum, but personal Platinum is very similar. You only get 1x per dollar spent on points.
Yeah.
You do have you get lounge access at the Centurion Lounge, which is great. But in terms of gaining points, it's not superior than the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Chase Sapphire Reserve, you have 3x on travel and dining, and then you 10x on Lyft, which is incredible. Then it comes with amazing travel benefits as well. So if there was one card, that is my favorite personal card. And, you know, if you're a big traveler, if you like traveling to Marriott properties, which I do, the Marriott Bonvoy card is epic. You get 17x, 17 points per dollar spent at Marriott.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing.
And do you need, out of curiosity, like back to what we were talking about a little while ago, remember when you transferred those points from wherever to Marriott, for example? I think that's what you said for that, the resort, right?
Yeah.
Do you need the credit card in order to do that? Or like, let's say you didn't have the Marriott Bonvoy credit card.
Yeah.
But you had 500,000 points on Chase Sapphire Reserve. Could you have done what you did?
So this is a really good question. You don't need the Marriott credit card, but you do need either the Reserve, Preferred, or the Business Inc. Preferred. If you just have the Chase Freedom Unlimited or a different basic Chase card, it doesn't allow you to transfer points out. But you need either the Sapphire Preferred or the Sapphire Reserve, then Chase will let you transfer those cards.
Interesting.
So that's why, you know, and the Chase Freedom Unlimited gives you 1.5x on everything.
Okay.
So, you know, the Amex Gold gives you 4x on gas and dining.
Yep.
Then you have the Reserve, which is 3x on travel. And then you have the Chase Freedom Unlimited, which gives you 1.5 on everything else.
Yep, but that's more of an entry-level kind of card. Okay.
It is, but it's one of my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
but you
it's
can't
1.5.
transfer points.
You can't transfer points.
Okay.
So I like to complement it with the Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Gotcha.
So I'll generate all the points. And then another thing, when we have multiple Chase cards and you're generating Chase points, you want to make sure you combine the points over to the Chase Sapphire Reserve before redeeming them. Because if you redeem those points on the Chase portal through the Reserve, you get a 50% bonus.
Really?
So that gives you 1.5 to 1. 1.5 to 1 ratio. So 1.5 is obviously better than 1 to 1, but the best is to transfer them out and get that up to 5 to 10x.
1,000,000%.
That's what I save my points for.
Yeah, you almost have to do it that way. Like, why wouldn't you do it that way?
Once you start doing that and you see what's possible and you see what other people are what they're doing with their points and how they're able to afford these $10,000 first class seats, and they're using points and they're only spending a fraction in points, it makes you think a different way. Another favorite way I use my Chase points is to transfer them to Hyatt. So Hyatt has an exclusive partnership with Chase. So if you have Chase points, you can transfer them to Hyatt and easily get a 2 to 5x multiple on your points.
Wow.
I was in Santorini last summer for my birthday, and we were staying at a $1,400 a night room, and we were only using, I think it was either 30 or 40,000 points per night. So 30,000 points is, on a 1-to-1 ratio, is $300.
Yeah, nothing.
But we're using that 30,000 points to stay in this $1,400 a night room.
Because you're using it at a 7-to-1 ratio or an 8-to-1 or whatever you're using it at.
Right. So we're getting that massive multiple. And so
are there different times, and this is another conversation, I want to talk about the business stuff too, but are there different times of year or when you go to I'm sure this is stuff that your boy Tommy talks about or helps people with or whatever too. But if I were to just go take my 500,000 points or whatever I had on my Chase Sapphire Reserve, any time of the year, are there different promotions and stuff and different times of year? You have to really know what you're doing.
There are sometimes promotions on the transfer partners. Say, for example, you can get a 25% bonus from sending from Amex to Marriott. Those are seasonal. Sometimes those happen. And when you see those, sometimes take advantage because you get that bonus on transferring them out. In terms of finding the deals, it's very spotty. Sometimes the deals come last minute and you have to be flexible and you pounce on the deals. Or sometimes if you book out in the future, you can get those good deals, but it's a bit spotty.
Got it. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. And I'm sure that's something that, like, if you just paid attention to it every day, or just find somebody that knows what they're doing, have them do it, and just talk to them a little bit about it. Just random question: do dudes like Tommy make their money in points, or do they make their money in money? Like, how do you pay the guy?
Money.
Money.
Yeah, money. Yeah.
I'm like, how do I transfer points to him? You know
yeah, right. You actually can't transfer points. You only
person.
can, I think, to it's a spouse or a family member. Yeah. There's definitely restrictions, and if you try to sell your points, or you can get banned.
Sure.
So
I bet
your points are basically your points. Maybe your spouse's
you got to be
points
careful.
too.
Okay.